Hi, welcome to What's Cooking. I'm Lisa Glickman. If you've ever been to a really good Mexican restaurant and had a mole sauce, you'll know that mole is made with chilies and garlic and flavors and a little cinnamon and a little chocolate. It's a really complex sauce that takes a long time to make, and it's really delicious. But today I'm going to take a big shortcut and use some of these flavors, some of the same flavors you find in mole, to make a rub for a skirt steak that I'm making to make into a skirt steak fajita. So this is a chili and cocoa skirt steak fajita. You're going to love this one. So here I have a skirt steak. And this is a relatively inexpensive piece of meat. It's a part of the animal that has a lot of fat and protein mixed together. So the fat gives it so much flavor. And it's a wonderful steak for this fajita because it cooks really quickly. It's very thin, so it's going to cook really quickly. Here I have my rub ingredients. So here I have some ancho chili. Ancho has been referred to as kind of a little bit more sweet, like a raisiny flavor, so like a spicy raisin. This is unsweetened cocoa over here, and then I have just a touch of cinnamon, and then here I have some Mexican oregano. Now Mexican oregano is a little different. You can find it in a good Mexican section, you know, in your grocery store. So these are our rub ingredients. So I'm going to go ahead and mix these together to make a nice rub. We've got our pan really hot over here, and like I said, this steak is going to cook really quickly. So I'm going to try to get this cooked off and then make a nice guacamole and some chipotle crema to go with our fajita. So here's our rub. We're going to put a little salt on our steak first. So salt, just a touch. And then right into our rub. Can you see how thin that is? It's going to cook really, really quickly. So just into our rub, just give it a nice pat. In that, we've got our pan really hot, so I'm going to add our oil. A little bit of flavorless oil. You're looking for canola oil or something like that. And in goes the steak. Now this is going to cook pretty quickly, so I'm going to cook it on one side, and then I'm going to put it in the oven. This does smoke a little bit, so you might want to turn on your fan, but you know, it's so worth it. The smell is wonderful. You can really smell that cinnamon and the cocoa. So there's that. Now we'll just put together a quick guacamole while this cooks on one side. So I'm going to show you how I make mine really quickly. Here I have a nice ripe avocado. You want to make sure that your avocados aren't too soft, so they have a little bit of flavor to them. Look how pretty that is. And then I just hit it with my knife, and I can pop out that seed. And then go ahead and put my avocado into my bowl. Look how quickly this is cooking over here. It just takes a second just to cook that one side. Look at that, comes right off, nice and soft avocado. There's nothing worse than getting an avocado that isn't altogether ripe. So in goes that. And then, I'm going to go ahead and give these a flip because, like I said, it just takes a minute. Oh, look at that, pretty brown on that side. Oh, that's perfect. Okay, I'm going to add my garlic. And then I'm going to add some tomatillo salsa. Now this salsa is made with tomatillo, so it's a green salsa, but it's tomatillos and not jalapenos. So you want to make sure that you've got the right kind of salsa. So in that goes. And then I have some tomatoes. These are just canned tomatoes with some chilies, some green chilies. Put a few of those in there. And then I have some carne asada seasoning. And then let's squeeze just a little bit of lemon. And that's all there is to that guacamole. Okay, those steaks are just about done, so I'm going to pop them just into a quiet oven so that they can kind of rest a little bit, just for a second. And then I'll make our chipotle crema. So there we've made our guacamole, very simple. And you know, when tomatoes aren't in season, those canned tomatoes are really great to use. So there's that. And then our last component is our chipotle crema. This is just some sour cream, and I'm using some chipotle hot sauce that I'm going to mix with this. Mix that up, and we are ready to plate. Okay, so we're going to take our steaks out of the oven. Oh, they're perfect. Look at that. And here we have some tortillas that I've toasted nicely. So let's go ahead and take that steak. Oh, look at that crust on there. If you can see that, that is so pretty. We're going to give that a really nice thin slice. So we're giving this a slice, slicing this nice and thin. You want this to be pretty rare because it is a really nice flavorful steak and that rub is going to be great on the outside. So we're ready with our plate. Go ahead and plate this steak. So delish. Top it with just a little bit of our guacamole, a little bit of our chipotle crema, and then maybe some nice cabbage for garnish. That is a delicious dish. I'm Lisa Glickman. You can find me at my website, lisaglickman.com. And I'm the homegrown chef in every issue of 1859 magazine. It's on newsstands or at 1859 Oregon magazine, where you can find these recipes under food and drink, then click Homegrown Chef.